They are shamelessly and repeatedly sending money to Ukraine, shamelessly sending weapons to Ukraine, and since the weapons depots in Europe have been emptied, these weapons also have to be purchased, and these weapons are also bought with the hard-earned money of European people, only to be sent to the so-called golden toilet war mafia, from whom, to this day, we have not seen a single account of how European people's money is being used. And my dear friends, my dearest friends, dear friends, Brussels, the city of Brussels, wants this situation to get even worse, much worse. Brussels wants this war, this terrible and devastating war, which has been going on for almost 4 long years now in our neighborhood, to last even longer and escalate even further, to become even more dangerous. They do not care at all that thousands, tens of thousands of people are dying, losing their lives on the front lines. They do not care that millions of people, innocent people, have to flee their homes, their lives uprooted. They are shamelessly and repeatedly sending money to Ukraine, shamelessly sending weapons to Ukraine, and since the weapons depots in Europe have been emptied, these weapons also have to be purchased, and these weapons are also bought with the hard-earned money of European people, only to be sent to the so-called golden toilet war mafia, from whom, to this day, we have not seen a single account of how European people's money is being used. Tax euros, billions of them, have been spent. And meanwhile, Brussels wants to push the Ukrainians into the European Union, and along with Ukraine, it wants to push the war into the European Union, the Ukrainian mafia into the European Union, and the low-quality grain, the low-quality food products, and of course, at the same time, it wants to send the money of European people, including Hungarians there as well. And what else does Brussels want in the meantime? Brussels, they want migrants to flood all of Europe. Dear friends, it is certainly no coincidence that Brussels and Kyiv want to see them at the helm. The Ukrainian ambassador said it openly and clearly yesterday. They want a change of government. They want to drag Hungary into the war, bring migrants into Hungary, and spread gender ideology. And why can we be so sure about this? Because their leader is being held captive. Their leader is being blackmailed from Brussels. I don't think it's hard to imagine that conversation, which probably went something like this. Well, little buddy, as long as you dance to our tune, as long as you're our puppet, your immunity will remain. I don't think it's hard to imagine how this conversation went in Brussels. But dear, and my friends, we cannot allow Hungary to be pushed into war. We cannot allow Hungarians to be taken to war. We cannot allow migrants to be brought in here. And we cannot allow our children's heads to be filled with all sorts of crazy ideologies. Every day we fight to make sure Hungary is not dragged into war. If necessary, we veto. If necessary, we stand alone against the other 26. Even if we know full well that many of them actually agree with us, we won't get far in international politics with corridor warriors. They want us to send Hungarian money, Hungarian weapons, and Hungarian soldiers to Ukraine, but we have resisted this. And we would rather pay Brussels €1 million a day than let anyone bring illegal migrants here. I wonder, how would the little rooster have managed to achieve the reduction in utility costs? International politics is the domain of serious people. You can't achieve results there with Facebook posts. And it doesn't enhance the little rooster's prestige if he claims that the Russian president and the American president want to come to Budapest because he invited them. Dear friends, we will only be able to protect ourselves in the future if we have a government that puts Hungary first, not Ukraine. This is what the election is truly about. And if Viktor Orban remains prime minister, then Hungary will not be dragged into war, migrants will not be brought into Hungary, and we will continue to protect our children, ensuring their safety.